this is how I built the safest base in Dead Rails. Did it make the game easier or way harder? Spoiler alert, it was way harder. How did I die to that? To build the safest train base, I'll need 11 sheet metal, 20 barbed wires, and 2 turrets. The absolute best class for building something like this chunk of metal is the Alamo. With this class, you automatically start with 3 barbed wires and 3 sheet metal. Before we start, I need to tell you that I never revive. So, I need to build the safest train base, beat the game, and not die once. In an attempt to not waste your time, I'll just recap my attempts before the successful run. You'll see this in every run I do, which is at the start, I always make a sideways entrance with the sheet metal. I know you could use newspapers to block the entrance at the start, however, I'd rather not run the risk of getting shot at by bandits. You'll also see me always buy triple coal at the beginning, since it's just the easiest way to get to the 10,000 meter mark. 10,000 meters, let's go. Since it was a vampire night, I collected their bodies and sold it at the trading post, which gave me enough money to buy my first rifle and ammo. I stopped by an abandoned general store and looted a barbed wire. Then, at around 15,000 meters, I found a Fort Constitution. Let's do the fort. The fort was pretty straightforward, which I acquired a cannon from. After the fort, I made it to the 20,000 meter mark, which then turned into Werewolf Night, where I gladly farmed them. At this point, I had more than enough money to buy all the materials for the safest train base. However, every general store I checked didn't have the sheet metal, so I just set up the turret that I bought and went along my way. On my way to the 30,000 meter mark, I found a town and ran the bank. Now, at the 30,000 meter mark, there was still no sheet metal to buy. So, I left the 30,000 meter mark and hoped for better luck at 40,000, which, after selling the mountain of corpses that I farmed, I had no luck once again. Come on, man. At that point, I just decided to buy all the barbed wire I needed. Before coming into the outpost, I saw a castle 500 meters before the entrance. So, I decided that I'd run it. And what a mistake that was. Okay, that's fine. We can just get on the horse. Okay, the horse is bugging out. It's okay. Okay, it's still bugging out. What? No. Huh? It's stuck on me. What? No way I die like that! It was not a smart decision for me to run the castle while it was night. My greediness cost me the entire run and deleted an hour and a half of progress. On the bright side, I learned a bunch from this run. However, that information didn't prove very useful because I literally got the worst luck I've ever gotten. I really wanted to be at the outpost at this time, but at least it's a zombie night. I guess I'll wait for the next night. When I reached the 10,000 meter mark, I sold everything I had, which brought me to a grand total of $30. At that point, I just waited for the next night, so hopefully I could buy a rifle. But unfortunately, it was a lightning night. It's lightning! I then proceeded to wait again for another night, which turned out to be a zombie night. Come on! It's been like 2 zombie nights and 1 lightning night. At that point, I just left the game. There goes another hour of my life I will never get back. Hopefully, this next run will have a little bit more luck. Which, to my surprise, I did have a little bit more luck. After stopping off at this house, I got a gold bar, which is already double the money I made in my last run. I zoomed to the 15,000 meter mark and found a town. I discovered that the town had 2 banks, which netted me an insane amount of gold and silver. When I went in the market, look what was there. Yes! Oh! Sheet metal. My luck was finally turning around. On top of that, there was a werewolf night. When it turned day, I started placing all the sheet metal. Also, since I had 1 turret, I placed it on the back of the train. I was even able to get most of the barbed wires placed. Oh, look how cool my train looks. My plan now was to run Fort Constitution until I got enough money to buy the turrets and barbed wires. Surely nothing could go wrong, right? Oh shoot, it's turning night. Oh no. I forgot at night at Fort Constitution, there's the horse guys. Why is there so many of them? No. Oh, no, not like this. I was now 6 hours into the challenge, with my hopes at an all-time low. I'm so tired of playing this class. Please let this one be the run. To keep my promise of not wasting your time, I'll tell you that this run was the one. Down below, I posted the full run unedited, so you know that I wasn't lying when I didn't buy any revives. Viewer transparency on my channel is always going to be my #1 priority, so you'll never find me faking any videos. My bad, enough yapping. Let's get back to the run. This run started out pretty regular. I placed the 3 barbed wires and 3 sheet metal, like always, right away. All right, let's start going to 10,000 meters. On the way there, I found a town. You know what? I never usually do towns with shovels, but I think this time I'm gonna give it a go. When I killed the banker, though, something interesting happened. What just happened to the banker? Huh? Did it just... The banker, which holds the code to the only bank vault in town, disappeared. Being 1 HP, I decided it just wasn't worth the trouble. So I kept on going. That is why I never do towns before 10,000 meters, bro. When I got to the outpost, it turned night. Please be a good night. Please be a good night. Please be a good night. It's a zombie night. Honestly, this run was starting worse than the last run, which I didn't even know was possible. I was so down bad that I had to use the zombie corpses for fuel. I don't remember the last time I had to do that. On my way to the 20,000 meter mark, I passed outlaws, Fort Constitution, and a town with a bank. Since I was still tremendously down bad, I had to stop at this house to get fuel. Yoink. Okay, I think we have enough to get to the 20,000 meter mark. When I got to the trading post, I sold all my junk. I can't buy a rifle, but I can get some more charcoal, I guess. Okay, nice. Got the charcoal. When I was just about to leave, it turned into a vampire night, which means that I'm not gonna be broke anymore. Okay, that's enough for a rifle and a little bit of ammo. With the rifle now acquired, I move forward, coming across a town at the 23,000 meter mark. After slaughtering all the zombies in the town, I ran out of ammo. I only have 8 bullets left. On top of that, I didn't even find the banker. Dude, where is he? I'd have to find the banker in the morning because it was currently turning night. Oh no, the sheet metal fell. Okay, whatever night it is, I am going to attempt to use the sheet metal to block whatever's gonna come after me. Okay, it's a zombie night, so it's pretty chill. Nice. I waited throughout the night and went back into town, where I found the banker and then did the vault. The loot from the town was pretty mid, but it would be enough to get me more ammo and charcoal. Okay, let's go to 30,000 meters. So far, I still only had the 3 pieces of sheet metal and 3 barbed wire we started with. I was constantly having to focus on staying alive. I mean, look at this. This is literally while I was driving to the 30,000 meter outpost. I only have 2 ammo and there's 3 bandits. I killed 2 of them. I have to kill this last guy with the shovel. Oh! Look at my health. I'm going in. I'm going in. I don't care. Oh my gosh. We are leaving. I do not need their corpses to sell. We are gone. When I got to the 30,000 meter trading post, I sold all my stuff and came up with $157, which in my opinion is just not enough. The sheet metal alone will cost me $160. Add the barbed wires and turrets, the total cost will be $810. How am I gonna get more money? Oh, okay. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. After farming for vampires, my total amount of money came to $427. All right, that's not a terrible amount of money. After that, I went into the general store, and guess what? Oh, let's go! Sheet metal, finally! I bought 2 boxes of sheet metal and some more ammo for my rifle. Should be good on ammo. I welded the box of sheet metal to the train. I decided that I'd weld everything to the train when I had enough materials to build the entire base. Okay, let's do this town really quick. Loading the town, thankfully, brought me 0 trouble. Okay, that's everything. Let's go. Ooh, outlaws. I'm gonna kill them really quick and grab their bodies. Okay, nice. The rough amount needed to finish the base was $650. So, after finishing selling everything, I was at $372, which meant I was $278 short. I didn't let that discourage me, though. I bought another turret for the train and some more ammo as well. I want to place this turret really quick, just so I can test it out. Oh, this is the perfect angle. And let's put the ammo here as well. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was nervous because I was about to run the castle again. All of my previous failures have been because I did something dumb during nighttime. However, this time, I'm sure I wouldn't be unprepared. To take the castle safely, I used a horse to block the entrance. Okay, that horse placement should be good. It wasn't very long before the mobs started to pour out. The horse strategy was working like a charm. It made it super easy to kill all the mobs coming out of the castle. And before I knew it, I was done clearing it. Let's go. I was so nervous for that. All right, we made it back. Let's start selling everything. And the grand total after selling everything was $1,004. Oh my gosh, we just went way over what we needed. Okay, I just got all the barbed wire. It's time to start decking out this train. The entire train is covered in barbed wire. Ain't nothing getting through this. I decided to go to the 50,000 meter outpost and finish building the base there. All right, let's get the last turret as well. Now it's time to place all of our sheet metal that we have. Okay, I think the base is done. Look at that. All that's left now is to beat the game. Now that the base was 100% completed, I wanted to test it on the final boss, Nikola Tesla. At the 55,000 meter mark, I found the Tesla factory. All right, guys. Let's make sure the boss spawns at the end. If you didn't know, by putting all the parts onto the table, you can guarantee that Nikola Tesla, the final boss of Dead Rails, spawns at the end. Okay, the electrocutioner has been secured. that guy's dead too. I made one less stop, stocking up on armor and snake oil. Okay, we are fully ready. And so I made that last 20,000 meter stretch and finally arrived at the final outpost. Getting shot at by machine guns. All right, here we go. Let's lock in. Let's get up on this turret and let's start shooting them with the turret. Perfect. Let's just start shooting them. All right, I think I cleared out enough bandits. Let's push in. Okay, I think majority of the bandits are dead. Let's move it towards the bridge. Okay, perfect. Okay, now they should all be dead. All right, now let's lower the bridge. And here we go. He should spawn. Yep, there he is. Let's go. I'm out of ammo. I'm gonna switch to the electrocutioner. What just happened? He just got flung. Okay, we beat the game. Not bad. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to watch my next video. Okay, see you later.